Hello, welcome to week 2. Hope you guys are doing well. Had a good weekend and ready to take on this week. So this week's kind of messed up because of because of orientation week. So just to make it clear, this is your schedule. It's going to be 50 minutes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday instead of block. So if you're A through K, you're going to have first period from 7:15 to 8. And you're going to be with me today. So you'll probably be here already. But yeah, so that's when you're going to be in person if you're A through K. You're going to be in class here on Wednesday from 7:15 to 8 if your last name is L through Z. Okay. Now, if your last name is L through Z, you need to be completing or using this time on Monday from 7:15 to 8 to be working on certain assignments that it's going to be due on Friday. If your last name is A through K, you need to be working on this from 7:15 to 8 on Wednesday. Okay. Now, if you need extra time, obviously you can use that outside of class and just get that done before Friday. Okay. So this is, again, the schedule for a burgundy and silver day. Okay. All right. And I'll attach that. So go ahead and go to classwork. You should be watching this video. So hopefully you saw the attendance question for remote students only. So if you are coming on Monday or Wednesday, that you don't need to fill this out when you're in person. It's just when you're remote. So your question is, would you rather be a ninja or a wizard, and why? Okay, once you've seen that and you've seen what we're doing today, you can look at the daily. So the daily has, again, it's day 4. You need to answer the attendance question by 2:40 today. Why Geography Matters was due at 7:15 on Monday, the 31st. So hopefully you got that in. And our learning target today is I can get organized with my geography notes, understand the essential outcomes and skills of Unit 1, and create mental maps. So on our agenda today, you are watching this instructional video, hopefully. Going to do the student survey, and that's due on the 4th at 7:15 a.m. Okay. Your geography notebook and Unit 1 outcomes. So I require a geography notebook for you guys. So please get that today. Now, you'll want to use this video for then the 4th thing, the mental map pair deck. So you'll want to pause this video when you're doing the student survey and the geography notebook, but please, again, start this video when you're ready for the mental map. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. And again, it's all due on Friday at 7:15 and submit on Google Classroom. Okay. So once you're done with the question, you're going to open this student survey. So I'll have it here for you on Google Classroom. Sorry, I don't have it set up right yet. But what you're going to do, this is going to be your world geography one, is, I know that says that world history, but I'm going to change it. Okay, this is just the chance for me to get to know you better. So please make sure that you fill this out as detailed and specific as you can. Once you have done that, okay, please submit it. And then make sure that you get a notebook. If you do not have a notebook today, just make sure that you do the video that's going to be posted here for setting up your notebook. Please get one. It can be, I like college ruled, but basically you're going to get a notebook like this. And I'm going to tell you in the other video how to set that up. So go ahead and pause this video and do your notebook setup. Okay, welcome back. So hopefully you did the setup video for the notebook and you followed along with that and your notebook's all set up. And you did the Unit 1 essential questions notes. So in your notebook, you're going to write down the Unit 1 essential outcomes and write down some examples. So I've already put that on Google Classroom with General, under General. I put this social studies skills. I'm going to be passing out one of these for each of you, hopefully this week or next. So you'll have this. It's really important because this is the 4 skills I'm going to use and put them in my gradebook. So I'm changing the daily assignments, assessments, reading, writing to these 4, including one that has geography, content, and participation. So analyzing sources and evidence, making connections, chronological reasoning, spatial reasoning, and argumentation. So that is going to be in the gradebook. Okay. Then in your notebook, I want you to, after the table of contents, like I stated, in the direction video for that, for the notebook setup, write down Unit 1, Introduction to Geography, and please dog ear it, meaning that you take this, the corner, and you fold it in. Okay. So please do that. And I want you to write down these essential outcomes. And also, I want you to write down some examples for each that you can think of. It's okay if you can't think of them just yet. We are going to come back to this when we have it before our test as a review. So I will understand that. Spatial thinking uses geographic tools to analyze patterns, make connections, and solve problems. So spatial meaning space, okay? How can you map out in your head, or can you on a map use geographical tools like scale, a compass rose, a key to analyze, what is going on this map? How can you make connections, for example, between population size and resources, and solve problems? Okay, that's what a geographer has to do. So basically that boils down to what is around me and why is it there? Okay. Then what places and regions are distinguished by unifying physical and human characteristics that may change over time? So how have humans made cities and changed the geography to, for example, like Denver or Littleton? And what makes up a region? Okay, we live in the Mountain West region, or you could state just the West. Also, in Littleton, you live in the Denver metro area. So how is that a physical or human characteristic make a place or region? Okay, so once you have taken those notes, you are now going to do your world geography resources. So you're going to look at these. Okay, it has a website, the Khan Academy, the World Atlas, and infographics as well. And then after looking at that, you're going to go into the next thing that we have today, which is mental map pear deck. Okay. So for your pear deck, okay, you are going to click on this for Introduction to Geography. Click this. Okay, we're going to study why having accurate mental maps of the world is important. So open this link and make sure to sign in using your Jeffco email. If that doesn't work, use the code NOLSW. Make sure to answer the questions in the response boxes for certain slides. So you can pause this video and rewatch it wherever you want to fill out this pear deck. I'm going to go through it with you on this video. So if you're not ready for the pear deck, please pause. Okay, so click this, sign in. I'm going to click it with you. How I'm doing today? I'm doing good. Yay, we're going to begin our journey shortly. All right, so mental maps. So anytime you see this box here, it means that I need you to answer a question. But you also, I forgot to state, you need to take notes as well. Okay, so in your notebook, go to the next page Okay. And you also should probably put this in your table of contents. So in your notebook, under table of contents, please write down under unit 1, please write down mental maps. And you can give it a page if you want to. You don't have to. Just make sure that you know that that's the sequence. So write mental maps at the top of your notebook. That's the title you're going to give. It doesn't matter how you take notes. I'm curious to see what kind of method you use. What I like to do is I like to write the topic of it like at the top. So I put like introduction, things like that. Things that you write in the Pear Deck, you do not have to write on your notebook. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. Okay, so once you wrote mental maps after unit 1, you're going to answer this in the response. So again, you don't have to write this in your notes. So what are mental maps? Why might they be important? And how accurate was your map last week? So again, you can pause this video at any time. I'm going to move on. Okay. Now you get to have some fun. And I know we're doing so much drawing right now, but I really want to get down your mental maps and see how accurate your mental maps are. Hopefully they would get better. So I want you to draw the United States of America. You could be an outline. You can get real detailed if you want. So please draw the United States of America using the Pear Deck. Okay. Pause the video if you need to. Then you're going to watch Senator Franken's mental map. He draws the United States. Okay. So you're going to watch this video. You can mute the audio because it is kind of annoying, the sound, and they don't say anything in the video. And then after you're done watching the video, look at your mental map of the US now and compare it to Senator Franken's. How is it similar and how is it different? Okay. And what are mental maps? Now, this part you should put in your notes. And so like what I would do is like mental maps ? Is like, you could do that on the left side and the right side, write down these definitions. It's better even if you can write in your own words. So mental maps are an individual's perception of a location. So how they perceive that location. So think about your house right now. Think about it in the neighborhood or your apartment or condo or whatever else you live in. So think of the place that you live and think about that location. And if you were to take a bird's eye view or a street view, okay, like you're the Google Maps guy, is that accurate? Okay. How do you know that area? Do you know that area a lot better than Chatfield High School? Because you guys haven't been here yet, or maybe you have, but you know, your house is something that you see every single day. So you should have a better mental map of that than you do of Chatfield. Okay. So mental maps demonstrate what a person knows about this location. And mental maps can be very detailed. You can go really into, okay, if you're doing a mental map of your room, okay, here's my bed, here's this, here's that. Or you could just put like, you know, it can get very detailed or quite simple. Okay. All right. So now you're going to watch this video and you could pause my video to watch this. And then when you're done with this video, resume. It's a really good video of the world and it goes through every single country. Okay. So I'm going to have a challenge for you on Friday to do. Now, another mental map. Woohoo! Again, detailed, simple, whatever you want to do. Draw a map to your house from Chatfield. Okay. So wherever you're living, draw a map on like the road. How would you get from your house to Chatfield or vice versa? Okay. Well, here's some examples of students that have done this in the past. Okay, so detailed, simple. I'm looking for. Okay, so you can pause, resume the video after you've done that. So spatial thinkers use geographic tools to gather data. They make informed decisions, they draw conclusions, and make predictions. So what is around you and why is it there? That's what we really want to know. That's spatial inquiry, inquiry meaning questioning. So, how do we gather this data to make good decisions? Make decisions all the time about, okay, what route should I take to get there? Or because, Google Maps is not always accurate, as you saw from that article on Friday. Um, and how does it help you make informed decisions? Also, if they're building something, okay, what do we know about this? I know a lot of buildings that have been built on swamps because they didn't really know about the space beforehand. They didn't really check it out. Okay. So write something down for spatial inquiry. Yay, we get to draw again. Okay. So totals. So totals is a super important acronym or mnemonic device to help you remember title, orientation, author, date, labels, and scale. That is the abbreviation for that. Every good map should have totals. Okay. If it doesn't, it's not a good map. So I've set this up already a little bit for you with like a map of population density, and I gave you a key or a legend. What you need to do is you need to come up with a title right here. Okay. You need to do an orientation. And what I mean by orientation is a compass. Okay. So you're going to draw a compass, and it doesn't have to be super detailed, but I'm going to make sure, let's see. Oh, I could do a line. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I could make it smaller. Okay, if I do the sizer. I want to make it a lot smaller. Okay, there we go. So you can do two like lines and then label them north, south, east, west. Okay, and this is your eraser. Okay, hopefully yours looks prettier than mine. Okay, author, you're the author of this one. Date, so come up with a date. We need to know when the maps were made. Okay. And then, oops, messed up my compass rose. Okay, and then labels, you need to label, or there already is a label, but you can label like just one area at least on this map. Okay, so you can label the US, you can label, I'm not going to have you label every country, so just label certain, just like one country or two countries, and then a scale. So come up with a scale. So scales usually, I need to resize this. So scales are usually at the bottoms of maps, and it tells you how far away something is. Okay. So for example, you could say this distance here equates to 500 miles. Okay. It doesn't have to look super pretty. 500 miles or 500 kilometers. Okay. Whatever you kind of want to do. Okay. All right. So again, we got our basic map, but totals. Okay. This is what allows us to look at a map and think about how big our world is. Okay. All right. So this is an example of someone's mental map of what's around them or of the US. I don't know if you could tell, there's one big hint of where this is. It's New York. So this is a mental map of someone living in New York. And you could tell, again, look at how detailed it is of just New York. You have like so much detail of 9th and 10th Avenue, of like Manhattan. And then it gets kind of weird. It gets, if you go west, they just kind of put Texas here, Vegas, Mexico. Oh, there's the Pacific Ocean. Oh, out there is probably China, Russia, Japan. Again, just their view of the world would look something like this. And now this is a little exaggerated, but it's just to show you what we kind of think of the world mentally. And again, I'm picking on New York, but look at how the person viewed the New Yorker's idea of the US. Look how big Manhattan is. This part is just Manhattan, okay, in New York City. And this is Brooklyn. and Long Island and the rest of New York. And look how detailed New England is. But then it gets kind of weird and sketchy from here on out. There's not even a Colorado over here. This is Missouri, Utah, San Francisco is all of like California. So, yeah, just showing you again, I want you guys, this would be dangerous. Not that you have to know every single state, but that you can just think outside of what's around you. Okay, bigger perceptions. Okay. And then again, how someone from China would see the world. Okay, so again, super detailed when you have Tiananmen Square and the Imperial Palace. Okay, but that it gets very generic as you go out and lumped together. Okay. All right, this I want you to skip. We're going to do this on Friday, but make sure you're going to come back to this on Friday, but skip this for now. It's okay if you don't, again, don't freak out that there's no answer here. So skip that. Okay, and the last thing I want you to answer is, do you think mental maps matter? Okay, please explain to me in complete sentences why or why not. And so explain your answer, okay? All right, so that's the pair deck. Again, please pause and resume whenever you need to for that. Make sure that that is turned in. And what I mean by turned in is that it's done. And then you can please mark as done and the mental maps. Same with the student survey. Remember that that's done as well. That needs to be done again by Friday at 7:15 a.m. And I'll be checking notebooks soon. Please let me know. I'm available by a Zoom meeting by appointment after 10:40 on Monday through Thursday. So send me an email if you'd like to do that. Awesome. I can't wait to see you guys and have a good day.